Hi guys, Fox here and welcome back to my channel. Just first of all, I'm sorry if the quality of the video is not as good as usual because I'm back to my Samsung S7 and I have no idea how it will look. Like when I look at the phone it looks alright. I just hope that everything won't look too blurry or pixelated or anything. Anyways, so today I'm back with a video talking about all of my piercings, the one that I had and the ones that I currently have, and the pain scale of having them done, and of course of the healing process as well. And by the way, I already did my peekaboo rainbow thing and I'm in love with the color. I don't know what you guys think. I think it looks cool. I'm digging it. So I think I'll begin with the one I have in my ears and then we'll just go down to everything I've had or currently have. So in my ears I do have quite a lot of things going on. I think I'll start with the most painful. It was my death. I think that's how you pronounce it. My death piercing, which is this one. It is my favorite piercing, like, well, not my favorite in my ear, it is my favorite one and I'm planning on getting another one in this ear. And this one, from 0 being like nothing and 10 being the most painful thing ever, it was definitely a 10. Just having the, Jesus Christ, I never know the name of what, you know, when he pinches that part of the ear, it was already so painful and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I just nodded because I couldn't talk, it was so painful. And when he went through with the needle, it was terribly painful. I couldn't breathe. I don't know, I could hear when he went through with the needle because it's quite thick. Mine is thick. I don't know if you can see better here, but this portion here on my ears is quite thick, so I could hear everything. And then for the the healing process, I didn't have much problems. I could sleep on that ear without that much pain or anything. And the first jewelry I put there was a horseshoe, so it was comfortable. I think the healing took maybe I think it was painful from 3 to maybe 4 months, like really painful when I had to move it around and everything. But then not that much, because when I used to wear my helmet to drive my bike or anything, it wouldn't touch the helmet or anything, so it's really not that painful. And I changed it I think 1 month ago and it just wasn't painful at all. Then I think that the most painful were the helix. I've got 2 of them. The black one migrated all the way up to the other one. I guess they're in love, I have no idea, but it migrated. And honestly, the helix, I think it was, let's say, an 8 when he burst. I didn't get those together. The blue one I've had for many years and the black one maybe 1 year, I think. But the piercing itself wasn't that bad, but the healing, oh my god, the black one was such a pain in the ass. Because I think I had done it maybe on a Friday or something, and on Saturday afternoon it began to get very, very swollen. I could feel my heartbeat and everything, and I was like, okay, it's normal, it's like any kind of piercing, whatever. But then on Sunday it was so swollen, so painful, and I didn't want to take it out because I think if you retire it, it's even worse than if you let it there and suffer. So I just kept it until Monday, but it was terrible. And then he put a longer bell in there and it was better, but those were painful, I think, for at least a year. And even now, the black one, if I touch it, if I have to change it, it is quite painful. And I like them, but not that much, so I'm like, why even? But I'm planning to have something else done here, so I'm just waiting for it to happen. Then I used to have 3 anti-helix here. I think you can see one of the scars right there. They just went away. They migrated and just fell off. I had a bad, I think those 3, I do have pictures I'm going to put somewhere. Those three are the first one I got after my normal lob thing, and I was always touching them. When I was at school, I was stressed, or I was always touching and playing with them. So I think it's just normal that they wind up migrating and got rejected. But oh well, I think those were pretty nice. The pursing of these, I'd say, so I've got two at the same time, and the third one another day. I'd say 7. Sorry, I just burped. A 7 or an 8. It wasn't that painful, and the healing was great. I had no problem with them whatsoever. Always I had to be careful with the helmet, but other than that, if I was touching them, or yeah, if you brush your hair, you've got to be careful as well, and tell your hairdresser, because those ones always get fucking stuck in the comb or the hairbrush, and that hurts. But other than that, it was pretty good. Then it's going to be funny for most of you guys, but I think my second and third lobe were actually more painful than my conch. The lobes, I'd say, were maybe a 5 or a 6. Then the healing process was just normal. You disinfect, you wash, you clean, you turn them, and basically I had no troubles with those. And the conch was my least painful one. I'd say it was maybe a 5 or a 4. It didn't hurt that bad. I thought it would be very painful because that part of the ear is quite thick. I didn't feel anything at all. Like, he went through, didn't feel anything. I had, however, a little infection because that was the time where I was doing tennis to a competition level, and with the sweat, with everything, and sometimes you have a match to do, and you don't have lots of time to get ready for the next one, and you don't clean it, and you've been sweating a lot, so I got a little bit infected. Nothing bad. I've had it maybe for 4 years now, and I haven't had any kind of problems other than that. And yeah, it wasn't painful. Honestly, the helix part was the worst. All the other ones were perfect. So I love my ears. I'm going to change some of the things because of the helix. But yeah, I'm going to talk about that in another video. I don't have anything on that ear, and that's always been a big story, but oh well. Then I have my scoop pursing. I have several videos, 2 actually, about that the day I went to get it, and then I recorded a little 1-week healing process video about it, if you want to check it out. Put it somewhere. This was the pursing I was the most stressed about. Like, Sophia was with me, and she can literally say that I was fucked in the head when I went there, because I was, I've always told myself, what, tongue piercings? At first, I have never found them that appealing, really. So I was like, I'm sure they're very painful, and I don't even like them, so I'm never going to get one. And then I found that horizontal tongue piercing, and I was like, I want to get it done, but I'm fucking scared, because when you bit your tongue, it's so painful, and I was like, I'm going to die. I'm just going to die. So I was waiting 10 minutes at the purser's place, and I was like, you know what? I want to go home. Please, I want to go home. Sophia, you can drive or drive me home, because I can't. I was just, no. And in the end, honestly, I think, well, again, when he pinches with the, how do you call that? The clamps? I think it's clamps. When he clamps your tongue, it is painful, and you're just fucking stressed, because you're like, if he goes in with the needle and you move your tongue, like you put it back in your mouth, he's going to tear everything apart. It was just, so stressful. But yeah, I'd say it was maybe a 7 or a 6. It wasn't like very painful. It was just weird of a sensation. I can't really explain, but yeah, I guess it was okay compared to what I was awaiting of a pain. But yeah, it was cool. And then the healing was alright. It was swollen. It was a bit hard to talk and everything, but I think it was that bad for a week, and then it was alright. Now I've had it for what, 3.5 weeks or 4 weeks, I'm not even sure, and nothing. move it around, I can, you know, get the bolts on the side and everything. I have no pain at all anymore. It's just when I talk in English, you know what? Okay, this has nothing to do with the video because that is for the pain level and everything, but I guess because it, you know, it's horizontal and it's kind of puts the two muscles together, it does get, yeah, you have to get used to it, and it is kind of an effort for your tongue to move. And it took me some time to talk French without the lips, and now English. I need to practice my English because I do, when I listen to my videos, hear that I don't really articulate much, or I don't know, because my teeth here, those two are a bit, they go inside a little bit. I don't know how to tell you because it's been, yeah, I don't want to talk about that. It's a bad dentist experience. They fucked up anyway, and the bar can get stuck because it's not wide enough, and when I do the R sound, it may get stuck and I talk weird. But yeah, whatever. It's just due to my teeth, and it hasn't damaged my tongue at all. I can still do the, you know, that thing, but now it looks so weird. It looks like a spoon. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, then if we go down a bit more, I've had 4 microdermals. Those ones you can't really see the scars. Well, I guess you can. And this one up here. Now the difference in scarring is when those 3 began to migrate and want to escape from my body, I just I just tore them off. I was like, oh, you wanna go away? I'm going to help you, and I tore them off. Whereas this one, I just waited because I was so sure it would just migrate a little bit but stay with me, that I just wait for it to get out by itself, and that's why the scar is so big and those are barely visible. Now I'm going to get a scarification in a heart shape here to get it removed. But anyway, now for the pain scale, those 3 are the first ever piercing I've got, and I've got them 3 done at the same time, and for me I'd say it's a 5. It really isn't painful at all. For me it wasn't painful at all. Now this one, when it went away, I still had the 3 others, and I was like, I want to get it done again. And on the scar tissue, I can say it's a bit more painful. I'd say a 7. But other than that, it wasn't that painful. Even the healing process, you know, you just have to be careful not to touch them or anything. But it wasn't that painful. For me, I've watched a lot of videos where people were like, oh, the microdermals, they hurt. I don't know, maybe my purser does it so quickly that you don't feel it. But for me, on this spot, it wasn't painful at all. Now, last but not least, I have a Christina piercing. I won't be able to show you guys, obviously. If you don't know what a Christina piercing is, I'll put a picture here from Google. So that's what it is. This one was quite funny because I've thought about it for over a year because I really thought that looked cute and I wanted to get it. But as I work in the sport industry, sorry, damn, I keep burping. What the heck? I was like, you know, with all the squats, the burpees, everything, the moves and the leggings or everything going in the way and scrubbing against it, maybe it's not a good idea. But this year I was like, screw everything. If it scrubs against it and it goes away, I don't care. I want to get it done. Even if it just stays for a little bit, I don't care. I want to have it because it looks cute as fuck and I want it. That's it. So I went to the presser, and it's funny because so he made the little dots. And by the way, I'm going to make a video about it because yeah, I'm going to make a video about it someday. I need to clarify 2 or 3 things about that piercing because I think some people are misled by what they found on the internet about that piercing. Anyway, so I went there and hit the little dots and everything. I was like, yeah, it looks good. And yes, it is weird to drop everything in front of your purser. It is. And then he went with the, I don't remember if he clamps first or if he used the cold, you know, that cold spray thing. I don't believe it works. I don't believe it even works, that cold spray, you know. I don't think it works, but he went in, and in that part of the body it's just so weird. So he did the thing, I think he clamped it, and then he went with the cold spray. And I loved kind of historically because the feeling was, it's just so weird. I was like, what the fuck is even happening? And he put the cold spray, I was laughing, and he went through with the needle, and I didn't feel that much thing. It's weird, it's a weird sensation. I'm not saying it's not painful, right? But it's just so weird because it's, I don't know, it's a very little stingy sensation. I'd say it was about a 7, but not that much. But then when he went back with the jewelry, that was a little bit more painful, but he went very quick. I was like, ugh, and then it was finished. I'm very happy I did it. I thought it would be more painful, but it was okay. And then the healing process, I'm having a lot of issues with that piercing. I think, not sure though, we maybe did it a little bit too high, and it really does scrub with my, especially when I wore the motorcycle trousers, you know, the leather one, and it does tend to scrub. And it does tend to scrub because it's a very hard, non-elastic material, not stretchy at all. And I think maybe because after maybe 1 week of having the piercing done, I went a lot away with my bike, and the scrubbing and the pushing of the jewelry inside of the skin, you know, when it digs a little bit, is maybe the reason why I have so many issues now. We all know that surface piercing are a pain in the ass, like when you do your belly button, or even I've seen some here or in the neck. We all know that surface piercing are really problematic, and I should have taken maybe more precautions, I don't know. But now on the ball that is higher, it's always red. I think it's a scar because the ball really did tend to dig inside of the skin. But yeah, I've had it done at the end of September, and it is said to be 8 months, around 8 months to really fully heal. So we'll see if it gets rejected or not. It is quite, well, something with that piercing is that it is painful when he does it, like it stings a little bit, but then you don't feel anything at all compared to the helix or any cartilage piercing that it's painful all of the time. This one isn't. So maybe that is why you don't take as much precautions, I don't know. So we'll see, I'll keep you updated because I really want to make a video about this piercing to clarify things, and I'll keep you updated if it gets rejected eventually or not. If it gets, well, I'll just wait several months and maybe do it again, but a bit lower, so it doesn't touch my underwears that much. I don't know. I love that piercing though. I really love it. It looks cool. So yeah, I think that's all I had to say. Those are all the piercings I've had done. I am planning to get a lot of new things in 2018. I think I'll make a video about projects I want to do. If you have any questions about the piercing I currently have or have had, such as these, please let me know in the comments down below. I'll be glad to answer, and I hope this video helps you in some way. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!